All right. TriPod, baby. Episode
18?
18? Yeah, that's right. 18.
18, yeah.
And you know what? More importantly than episode 18, the pod even is trailer for Tryhards. Kind of the whole point.
It's out now, baby.
Ooh, it is out. I'm sure
It's
there's
out
like
today, actually.
Yeah, exactly. We plan
When this episode airs, yeah. I mean, we're recording this podcast live, so
There was a not too distant past.
I've already seen it, so yeah.
I've seen it too.
It's been out for me.
I've been to the future. I've seen it. It's pretty fucking good.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm sure there's like a link in the description of this video or whatever. I'm sure we'll put that there. If you haven't seen it, you want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm
Jaren.
About it, so.
I'm Jaren. Hi, I'm Jaren.
Shit. I'm piss. I'm Ryan.
And that makes me Pardeep. Wait, just kidding. I'm Powis.
Sup?
Welcome to the TriPod. Cue the fucking horns.
Cue the horns, the fade, and the title, baby.
Okay, two things. I'm going to swear less on this pod. I'm going to say like less on this pod. And third, Ryan, what did you think of the trailer, bro?
Trailer. Big ups to the trailer. It's just a fun ride all the way through, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm loving it.
It gives a nice taste of what the show is going to be like, I think.
Yeah,
it gives a nice taste of our characters, I think, as well.
I was floored.
Yeah. We watched it,
I really thought it was
back-to-back?
really good, yeah.
I was floored. You know, because I'll say that life is pro wrestling because
Okay.
Boku no Hero is like pro wrestling, and the trailer reminds me of Boku no Hero
Okay.
Academia, which is a popular anime.
It's over Pal's shoulder in every direction.
Right, yeah.
But there was like an MV or AMV, a music video that someone cut together on YouTube to Believer by Imagine Dragons that basically took you through all the big Boku no Hero moments from season 1 to about season 3
Yeah.
in chronological order. And the first time I watched that movie, I hadn't rewatched the series so many times, but longtime listeners might know that I cry very often when I'm watching Boku no Hero. It's very emotional for me.
Because he's soft.
It's because I'm soft.
So we're the tryhards, but we're a bunch of soft boys, let's be honest.
We're try-soft.
No
Try
doubt.
soft.
Anyway, so I just got it just dug up all these old feelings, this Believer montage, like episode 1, oh my gosh, this happens, oh my gosh, he tells him this, oh my gosh, he punches that, oh my gosh, and I just ball, and the trailer was very similar, gave me a similar feeling, because it was just like, oh my god, remember when we shot that, oh my god, remember when we made that joke, oh my god, I didn't even see that shot, I saw shots for the first time in the trailer,
Right.
and I was just overcome.
Yeah, I guess that's
joy.
true.
With joy, pride, I thought, wow, man, we put in a lot of work to make this happen. And, you know, there was a time that we thought TriPod was the main event
Yeah.
of the Tryhards band, if you will.
Yeah.
And it turns out the Mecca cometh.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think seeing the trailer and how sick it is, Jacob, who's on the crew, had a big hand in putting the trailer together.
Yeah, for sure,
And
big
I
show.
think we're the faces to the operation, but there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, like a lot of time and a lot of effort to make us look good. And really stoked to be working with this crew that director Parr assembled. He has his little hit squad, and they're
Yeah, you guys don't want us picking camera angles and shit, man.
no.
Straight. No, it was a reminder of just how far we'd come.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're not a multi-million-dollar troupe. They're
Not yet.
Well,
true that, not yet.
well, I mean, like,
The gear that they used was, I guess you're right, Rye.
I think they got good stuff.
We're
not multi-million though. Like I was gonna say, like we're worth it, but you know, you're right. We're not spending millions making tryhards. Believe it or not. I know once you see this trailer, you're not gonna believe me. But
dude, honestly, at the end of the day,
indie project.
Quality is quality, and it's quality.
True.
I think
it is. It's fun.
The progression, like, of the guys behind the camera, as well as us on screen, I think all kind of progress together. Like, I know watching, like, our first episode that didn't make it into the 7-episode cut.
It didn't?
Right.
The first one, Ep Zero.
We got 7 eps without Ep Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we had 7 eps without Ep Zero. We still had 2 or 3 written that kind of we got, you know, restriction.
Dr. Bonnie doesn't want us to have a 10-episode season, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? Like, she has her competing web series, so she doesn't want us, you know, breaking into the same market that she has. So I get it. Kind of a bit of a blow for her to use her position like that, though. But, you know, I mean, that's the game. That's the game.
It's like her, Justin Trudeau, and John Horgan are all in a band together, and they cancel everybody's fun so that they can.
The show is called NDP.
What? Okay, I'm trying to. I can't think of something quickly enough, but
it's called NDP.
Okay, I got that.
Yes,
I was playing Halo 3, Horgans in the NDP. Anyway,
for anybody not from BC or Canada, those are politicians.
Yes.
Yeah,
guys, I'm plugged in. I know 2 people's names. All right,
to the American hearts.
When's your campaign start, Jaron? You got my vote.
I've been told I'd be good at politics, but I don't think I have the heart for it.
Dude, we're all 3 of us are going into politics.
What do you mean the heart?
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think I have the lack of heart.
Right.
right.
I'm too soft for politics.
Right.
Damn us and our soft boy attitudes. All right, so
I'm soft.
You know, we got trailer. We got also fun, good stuff. We got 1,000 podcast downloads.
Let's
boys.
go.
Hey!
We got 1,000 podcast downloads and something like YouTube. We're like,
oh my god, I'm having a seizure.
Okay,
Palace is playing strobe lights. Okay, let's chill with that, please.
Don't strobe lights. What if people are watching who have epilepsy?
Oh yeah,
or something, man.
Now they're gonna have to do epilepsy warning.
That's
our bad.
This is a bro moment right now. Yeah, okay, but we got 1,000 downloads, like audio downloads, and then last I checked on YouTube, we were like around 800 or something views overall. So
yeah,
I mean, those are 2 different numbers. Put them together,
those are
feeling pretty good.
Straight up. But I am a bit of a try-hard head, and I know that in episode 3, we promised that if we reached 1,000 views, we would do a Ryan testicle reveal.
That was it. 1,000 views?
No, it was 20. It was 25.
25 subs, and we did get. We hit 25.
Dropping people too, soldier.
Was 25 subs the trouser reveal, or was that the Subway sandwich order reveal?
Subway sandwich order reveal was 20 subs actually.
Okay, so
that was our Subway sandwich sub reveal at 25.
Okay, so
20
are
subs.
we gonna stick to our word with that, or what?
I guess that's true. Let's true.
Go.
So we have to. We'll catch up as we go. We'll get to my schlong reveal in due time. But let's start out with the first promise. Like, it's basically our first Patreon tier.
Right.
Just getting ready for that in the future. So who wants to start? Go with the Subway order.
Jero?
Okay, so I used to be Genoa Salami because it was like the closest we had to $5 footlong. There was a Subway right across the street from school from me. There was 3 Subways within spitting distance of my school. It was ridiculous. You could walk to each within 30 seconds of each other. But it was Genoa Salami, but then when they took that off the menu, I'm like, throw a little pepperoni on there, make it a little spicy Italian. So that's a go-to.
Arrivederci.
It's not that spicy, it's just pepperoni and salami, but...
I mean... Yeah. On that Jer, I was in a place where there were 5 Subways within farting range. And basically, I would come home smelling like a Subway employee because I frequented them so much. Like the Subway smell that used to make me so jazzed, made me so ready to put my chin on the toilet bowl. because I had one outside my high school, one outside my work, one at every SkyTrain station. And back then, my mentor, who worked at Army Navy, who will remain nameless, the guy who turned me vegan, ironically, or who suggested that I do it, and I was just like, sure, used to say, like, bro, listen, you got to get that meatball sub. Just get double meatball, bro.
Double meatball.
It's so simple, man. They give you that one layer.
That's a lot of meatball.
Stack it. It's super cheap. You got it, no problem. My impression is absolutely weak sauce right now. It used to be killing me.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know the guy, but the impression's not hitting. It doesn't sound like him.
No.
So,
But I used to get double meatball sub.
Double meatball
But
sub.
what was my real Subway order? My Subway addiction order was, they're doing that $25 and then you get a free, you get a $25 gift card and you get a free footlong. You guys remember that stuff?
No.
like a rewards card thing?
Yeah, you buy a gift card and then they give you a free 6
yeah.
inch or something.
You get a free sub when you buy the gift card. Yeah.
So I was like, dude, a footlong hardly fills me up. So I'm going to go buy a $25 gift card, get a 6 inch, then use the gift card and buy a footlong. I'm a genius. I'm milking them so hard. Spending $25 every third day somewhere.
Yeah, you're gaming the system and they're like, yeah, this is what we wanted. This guy's buying gift cards.
I was dying. But yeah, meatball. I mean, back in the day, it was sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But now if I eat that, I sweet onion chicken teriyaki. So, Ryan.
All right, well,
I have an idea.
First of all, Subway's canceled, dog. Subway's canceled because they got rid of the Beyond Meat sandwich and they got rid of the falafel sandwich.
No, I thought that was going to be your go-to.
It was. I mean, trust me, this is not quality falafel in any way, shape, or form. And I'm a falafel man. I love me some falafel. The Subway stuff is not good, but I'll still eat that all the time. So right now, I don't go to Subway because what am I going to eat there? There's nothing there for me to eat. But in the past, back in the pre-vegan era, I used to go for same thing as Jerry, the Genoa salami.
Oh yeah.
And so it was like, I'm pretty sure we did have $5 footlongs at one point here.
Yeah.
Right?
They were like
we?
$6 or $6.20 or something like that.
Before the great inflation of 2014.
Yeah, they ended up being $7 eventually, and I was like,
They did. They went up. I feel like they were somewhere like that. I think they were like $5 at some point. There was only a few of them though. And there was a Subway by my work that gave us 50% off. And so I would get footlong subs for like $3 after tax.
Damn.
Which was just like it just made so much sense to get a footlong from Subway for like dinner on my night shift and stuff. So I just ate so much Subway at that point in my life. I think I can't remember what I got. It was maybe it was a cold cut trio or something. It was like the cheapest sandwich, and then it was the cheapest footlong, and then cut that price in half. And it was just like I couldn't buy the ingredients for this much money, almost, right?
Right,
Like, right. Yeah. So it was just very economical for me, and I'm a lover of the low quality food, so it was hitting good. It was hitting good.
I'm gonna say something, and I wonder if it rings with any of you guys. Can you remember any other popular fast food-esque chain that you were exposed to a 50% discount?
Is this like something I'm supposed to be remembering?
This is something you're supposed to be remembering.
50%
you were exposed to a 50% discount for a certain chain.
Pizza on Wheels?
No.
Is this the Domino's the Domino's University?
It's the Domino's!
The university special.
Oh shit! Kevin's angrily typing in the comments right now that I stole half his pizza. He's pissed.
That was 10 years ago, bro.
Dude, okay, I didn't want any at the time he ordered it, but then I really wanted it after it got there, okay?
That's what happens. Alcohol makes you hungry.
It's not my fault.
Dude.
Oh man, Ryan's sitting Indian style with the pizza in his lap in his boxers when we get home from the club. Cause,
it was spiritual, bro.
We weren't legal age in BC yet, but we went to visit our friend Anthony in Calgary. It was his first year. Yeah. We're all 18. We're all just barely legal age in Alberta.
Yeah.
Come back from the club. Ryan's just sitting there with the pizza. So,
yeah.
I believe the term was nom.
Yeah, dude, that was a pretty wild trip. That was a fun time, man.
We fit crazy. 9 or 10 people in a dorm room for a weekend.
Sardinos.
Yeah.
That was another night where I slept on a chair bed.
To be fair, that was a pretty big dorm room. To be fair,
It was
But,
huge.
Yeah,
It was huge.
Still-
it was like a
still
hall. It was like a mini
Yeah.
hall.
yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
We were still
sweet.
stuffed in there.
We were stuffed and we were sleeping on
Oh,
the
yeah,
floor.
for
but
sure. Yeah, yeah,
it was insane.
We
It was
were,
an amazing trip.
Super into Epic Mealtime. They had just put out like a 1-year anniversary
yeah.
special, and we were putting alcohol in everything, like
dude.
instant noodles.
Dude, we were walking down the street in Calgary in like, was it the winter? I don't think
It was
so,
like
but it was like fall.
October-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like cold for us, right? Like we're walking down the street though with a 4-liter of chocolate
milk
with a half a bottle of SoCo mixed in, and it was pretty good, honestly.
It was, man.
Yeah.
Southern Comfort and chocolate milk.
Yeah,
Very
SoCo chocolate
underrated.
milk. Yeah,
Or
I
people
was-
sleep on it.
I was pretty into it.
I mean, that was a crazy experience as my first and one of my only and one of my purest exposures to like dorm life.
Right. Same.
There was a handful of times in SFU where I was friends with a couple people that, oh, I live on the dorm. Oh, what? And then like you go there and their room was a fucking closet.
yeah.
And then there just wasn't as much culture because I don't know. I honestly have no idea why there wasn't as much culture. But I made a couple friends that, you know, I guess I'd still consider them friends to this day at
Nice.
that thing. It was just a wild party. I mean, we were party animals, dude. Not in the everyone watching this that was a
true.
party animal.
Still would be if I could be.
You guys, you know, do your hard drugs and stuff. Like, I don't know what everyone was doing in the background, but most of us were just getting hammered.
Yeah.
We were just drinking like young drunks.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal early
Yeah,
20s shit,
yeah.
I think. I don't think we were special in that sense.
pretty
No?
average. Everybody's like at least mostly slowed down. At
Well,
this
let's
point,
put it
right?
this
Like,
way: at
if not
dry
entirely,
grad,
a few of us have.
Team Burnsview was still going at 5 in the morning, and everybody else had tapped.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Is that fact?
Yeah.
ND tapped. Freaking
sun
Delview
came up.
tapped. Say something in the comments then. Say something. We were the best degenerates.
Yeah, I mean, we took pride in it at the time.
Right. Yeah. it's not. It's
Definitely
not
took me a long time to fucking unlearn that identity. Let's
fair,
put it that
dude.
way.
Fair shit. Fair
Wendy
shit.
Dolphy.
Do you own your? I think I was gonna say same thing. With you, Pow, saying you didn't get much dorm experience. I know me and Jaren didn't really either. There you go. Bunch of uneducated podcast and dum-dums over here. Although I did a couple times like stay in like dorms for like a weekend or something like this. One time I went with a friend of ours he was dating this girl at the time, and we went and stayed at her dorm in UVic, and I didn't realize that I was just like set up to be like a double date the whole weekend. Which was like kind of a weird situation because like I feel like it should have been a more consensual idea.
Right.
To my
I feel like
understanding,
there's
it
an
was
episode
like
idea here.
Episode.
to my understanding, it was just like a fun let's go party. It was like first year university, so it was like go stay at the dorms and party for the weekend, which to my not dorm living self sounded like a ton of fun, which it was. But yeah, it was a little bit awkward situations here that I basically got pimped out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to say that Powis on the podcast doesn't even care. He doesn't even want to know if you smashed or not.
Oh, I did. No, that's the... I don't think I'd be telling the story in this light if it was like,
Right.
not a weird situation for me. It was...
If you made it clap Stark is what you're saying? You make it clap.
Not gonna swear on this pod, but I'll go there.
But the thing with that though is that at the same time that I was with our buddy visiting his girlfriend and her friend or whatever, I ran into like 2 other friends of mine that I didn't even know went to the school, and that ended up being the fun part of the weekend. Is like I hung out in their dorms for a little while, and like it just gave me alcohol and what have you.
I believe the term is surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's technically what I was
That's the
reaching for
technical
there.
term. I mean, I didn't experience the dorm life, but I did my best to experience the dorm life outside of school. That's for fucking sure. Yeah, shit. Just wild times, man. I just like look back and I was like, how did I survive?
Right.
I'm very glad I came out the other side, but shit. Just
Yeah, man.
whew.
There's
I
negatives.
spent I spent a lot of nights at Boo's house. Jeff Bouchard lived really close to Douglas.
Right.
And like Douglas, you know, it's a college. It's not like a lot of community vibes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
SFU, to be
Right.
honest, I don't.
It's like
need to
community
condemn
college
it.
more so.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
It was more like people show up. I'm here to get my credits to either move on to another school, or I'm just here to get my shit and get the fuck out of here.
The smart
I'm
plan,
here.
man.
Or I'm here to pollute the library with the smell of about 3 liters of Dad's aftershave.
Really?
Sometimes you go in the remember the fish bowl?
The fish bowl, that was a
It was
classic.
a little more dense, and it was like, okay, someone went and had a cigarette and came back and took a cannonball and some freaking eau de triomphe and came in and absolutely smells like the freaking perfume department. But yeah, I don't want to rip on SFU. I had a decent time, and everybody rips on SFU and says, "Oh, it looks like a prison," and da 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 da. But for me, I had to work very hard to get there, and then my first semester there was a summer semester, so it was very pretty the whole time, and it kind of put me in a nice light. Of course, by the end of my freaking 10th or 12th year of my undergrad or whatever the heck it was, okay, it wasn't that many, but I was kind of over it for sure. But there wasn't, even though I have a lot of good stuff to say, there wasn't that much of a community. But you have to also take responsibility. You know, how many clubs was I in? I would just show up, you know, barely pay attention to my classes, probably wrote more lyrics than notes in my classes. Sorry, Dad, if you're listening. But
Think about the fruit that you got from that, though. Right?
it was fruity.
Like, I think about this a lot. Like, I went to school, like I took a break right like the first semester after high school. I went to school for like a year and change, and then I took a break again for a couple of years, went back, and I think if I went to school now, first go at it, I probably, like with the habits I've been developing now, I think I would have had a better experience.
Yeah.
I think I was going to school. I didn't care about school at the time. I didn't really want to be there. I thought that's where I should be.
Right.
It wasn't necessarily where I wanted to be. I don't know, to try tied into some try hard stuff. Like, I feel like I was on a path that I thought I should be on, and it was more for other people than for myself. The stuff that I was learning was super interesting to me, but just like the environment itself wasn't very inspiring to me.
Right.
You know, the whole sports science floor, no windows in the classrooms, cement walls, like just not really a conducive environment to inspire, especially in those moments where like the adversity would come, where you kind of have to push through. And I just didn't have the resolve in me to be like, I need to get through this, because I didn't have a clear goal in mind of what I wanted. I was just trying to get the paper for the sake of it. Didn't know what I wanted to do with the piece of paper at the end of it.
Right.
And then that made it really difficult. And the funny thing is that the stuff that I was learning, like about the human body and all that kind of stuff, I'm kind of coming back to it in like a different way, like discovering yoga, learning about the body and how it's all connected more so that way.
True.
And then as a result, being more interested in nutrition and things like this, because of when poor nutrition fucks up my sleep and it messes up all this other stuff, I've developed an interest in it in that sense.
Right.
I think my priority was partying a lot at that time too. I didn't give a shit about school. I cared about the weekends. I'm like, I'm not going to study. I'm going to go fucking go to the bar.
I feel like it's a pretty common experience.
Yeah, pretty common for sure. But the crazy thing is now coming through the other side of it, like I was pretty choked at myself for dropping out the second time. But I wouldn't trade that experience for the world now, because I gained a lot of experience from it. And the funny thing is with the try hard stuff, like I'd be super stoked if everything blows up and we can continue going with this, but it's opened my eyes to a path of creativity that I didn't see before.
Right.
I was so locked into the school and like science and all that, I kind of neglected my creative side, that I think shuffling and dancing kind of like, it opened my eyes with it a little bit, or opened my eyes to it a little bit. But, you know, now dabbling in like acting and writing, more so as like a pursuit just for the sake of it, has been a lot of fun. And just like being on this path now and not necessarily having a tangible goal like before, but I'm enjoying the process so much more than I was then.
Right.
And, you know,
It's
the
valuable.
cliche is like fall in love with the process, I guess.
Yeah.
That's been really, I've been really stoked about that, you know, and like I keep saying is like school's not going to go anywhere.
True.
It's always something to fall back on.
True.
So
Yeah, but think about this though. If you were in school right now, you could drop out to follow your dream of being in tryhards. Right, and then that's just, you know, that's like a dramatic arc for you to take. So
seriously,
kind of missed out on that one, guy.
Season 4.
See, yeah.
Season 4, Jaren goes to college.
Oh, I drop out of tryhards to go to school.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck this tryhard shit. Give me a suit.
I'm gonna
be a lawyer.
I'm gonna live my dream of being a dental assistant.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you, Jer, on that. Freaking, it was meant to be. You know, because I look at my life now and just think my life is the absolute perfect cocktail of every. Like I spread myself thin across all my interests of drawing, music making, sports, friends, social, you know, learning, achievement. You know, there's a lot of. I didn't really hone my stuff, and like in grade 13, I had a goal to be the best businessman on planet Earth, and by 24, I'm gonna run everything. So, done. Watch out for me. I'm gonna climb the corporate ladder. I'm gonna fix the supply chain. It's my business. I'm gonna da. And then I actually got educated and realized it wasn't quite as simple as that. And now, my love of sport, my love of performance, my love of music, community, achievement, they can all come together with tryhards and also with my freaking soccer team, dude. Pal's got some huge soccer news, bro. My team I coach, the U17 Wave, just recently finished this music video. The girls I coach, they're 16 years old and a couple 15-year-olds. They wrote a song. They recorded the song on their phones. They sent me the audio. I mixed it down. We made a music video when Dr. Bonnie was at her most tame months ago. And then we
little golden window, man. I mean, you got to take advantage of that while it happens because we don't have it now.
Right. And we got some social distance footy as well. But I'm so proud of the video. It'll be on YouTube by the time this is shown. And
nice, dude. We're shoveling out content lately.
Dude, I'm I'm at the point now where, I love content, but working your absolute tail off to complete something and then to see it be completed in due time. Yeah. Like, yes, it took 6 months or 4 or 5 months to make this music video, but seeing the girls' faces today at training when they watched it. Right. I wasn't expecting them to all love it. I thought they'd be a little more cringy, even though it's so sick. And
dude, everything's cringe, man.
True.
Especially, yeah.
Dude, we're fucking cringe, dog.
Dude,
100%.
I was cringing hard. I've cringed hard. I mean, the trailer I did not cringe at, but there were
I was actually surprised I didn't cringe at all during the trailer because I was sure that I might when the episodes air, who knows? But the trailer so far has got me actually feeling like cautiously optimistic with the quality of our work. Probably a lot to do with the fact that the guy's making it look good.
Dude.
So, big shouts to them again.
I made a song one time and showed my eldest brother, and he listened to it and said, dude, this is really good rhymes. These are like really intricate and really, wow, this is like creative and good, blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay, I got Big Bro's approval. I'm going to write every song like this. Da, 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 da. Right. And then was in this bubble, in this funk. Oh, I can't get it. And the point I'm trying to make is, what happened with that, the reason why that song was successful is because I was making it for me. Yeah. And I made it with all of my being, and I made it for me, and I love to listen to it 200 times, and he happened to love to listen to it, and he won't happen to love to listen to every song I make. But I feel the same way with tryhards. You guys know my freaking half-baked, half-woke ideals I tried to face into the production of the show. You know, what's the difference between jam and jelly? I can't jelly my ideas into the freaking tryhards.
Okay, I like it.
We'll take that one.
But Yeah, please. But no, I'm really excited to see it. I'm really excited to use it as an affirmation, as a reminder of the quality that we're all capable of, and as a reminder that, listen, Powis, you can be as great as you can be in your bedroom by yourself, but it's just collaboration is just going to yield something a little bit cooler. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, like, I think that's good though, that like we're ramping up production. Like, first of all, like for all the three of us stuff kind of thing is great. I mean, that's the main thing, but like you're making other things on the outside too. That's sick. I'd like to catch up in that department. You know, I've got fucking folders of half done shit that I'd like to finish. Right. But,
one thing at a time.
Yeah, but I have to like fucking sit down and do it. I can't just wait for it to come, right? I need to sit down and a lot of it's just not even like needing to do a lot of the creative aspects. A lot of it's just carving out time for me to sit down and like re-record my instruments, write the drum tracks, try and mix and master, which is just fucking, it's tough, man. These dudes who do that shit is so fucking hard. Mixing and mastering is like it's tough. I mean, I don't know how it is, if it differs a whole lot with, you know, hip hop and stuff like that. But when you've got like 6 instrument tracks and like 3 different vocal tracks and shit, like I struggle so hard to balance that shit. But yeah, I mean, just sitting down and doing it and just completing stuff, even though it's not perfect, because it's never going to be perfect. And if I wait for it to be perfect, then it's never going to even be. So might as well just do it. And then, you know, the stuff I've got now, it's not like it's so special that it's worth saving, right? Like just finish it, move on, write something else. You know, like I'm going to be able to write other songs or whatever, or whatever even it is that I'm planning on creating. I can make more of it, right? And odds are I'm going to get better over time. So just fucking do it.
Right.
Are there lyrics in your half-baked songs?
Some. I mean, intend for there to be. And that's always a big part for me, holding me back music-wise, because my vocals have just like never quite been very good. They've always been like passable at best, like, you know, get the job done kind of thing. Right. But I've always been much more a guitar writer than a lyricist. But I want to do like every part of the song. So I want to do like clean vocals, scream vocals, guitar, bass, and write the drums. I'm not going to play them. I'm going to use a machine, but...
And this has been an hour with Dave Grohl. Thank you for dominating it all. Yeah, because I was thinking about some old pieces I made, and I had a project I was like, I was at the finish line before quarantine.
Yeah.
And that's a year ago now, and I have changed significantly since then. I've even released a piece of music. I was talking to Jerry about this on a walk back from Soup. Shout out to Gold Train.
They're back, baby.
Thank you for putting up that plexiglass and allowing us to slurp on your nudes.
Slurpy nudes.
Anyway, but yeah. So I think about the grand meta narrative of P. Crook, if you will, my musical alias.
Yeah.
And my first release, P equals MC squared, was kind of, yo, I'm killing the game, but maybe I got some girl trouble. And then my second release would have been released, The Inner Quest. I think I'm allowed to say that. Was kind of like, girl trouble. Bro, this is girl trouble. And then Confiscate the Vibe was kind of, okay, I'm kind of out of girl trouble. And the only thing that exists out of those 3 now is Confiscate the Vibe.
Yeah.
And I know that I'll still have peaks and valleys because I'm almost like going on a down swing in my throver positivity.
Sure.
I'm not going to say it's because of this book that Jared's fucking made me read.
I didn't make you. You asked for a suggestion.
Bringing my shadow out of the dark is hard. Yeah. But, you know, the meta I still have lots of meta to go. Like the last 3-4 years is, you know, 3-4 years, and I still have 20 years of growth.
Right.
To, you know, capture on whatever. But yeah, it's hard. Like when I have to go back and re-record those songs, like, do I really want to sing about like being obsessed with girls when all of Tryhard, well, no spoilers, but I'm trying to like get a grip on that with all the art I do. Right. You know what I mean? So it's tricky.
Well, yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, you guys both touched on it a little bit where you like going back to the stuff, putting it out there, I think is important because no matter what, you're gonna look back at it at some point and not like it anymore.
Pretty much.
I think
For the most
that's
part, I
kind
think
of
that's true,
the
yeah.
nature of creation and like art. I think about like one of the nice things about tryhards too. It's kind of restoked my passion for dance and shuffling again.
Right.
I kind of took a hiatus more or less from, I would dabble here and there, like listen to some new songs, find some new songs for my playlist. I would kind of mess around in the house, but actually just like getting outside and dedicating like I'm going to go for an hour a week and just have a sesh. Going back and seeing old stuff that I thought was absolute dynamite. And then like 3 months later being like, that's shit. Whereas like, I think it's a sign of progress that like you look back and you're like, okay, I've improved from this. And so like you're talking about that cringe stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're kind of cringing because you look at it, you're like, I could have done that better or I could have whatever. You're kind of nitpicking it a little bit.
Right.
I think that's a good and a bad thing probably.
I mean,
you don't want to be overly critical, but
I listened to an old freestyle of mine, like a 5 or 6 year old one today on shuffle, and it was I'm way better at freestyling now, and the content of it was hilarious, and I laughed and cringed and felt feelings, but I still love it. Like I still love the inner quest. It just doesn't line up with
right.
Like, it makes me cringe more in the, oh my gosh, I felt that way. Not like, oh my gosh, I sounded like that. It's like, yo, that's me in front of the mic, bro. Don't get it twisted. There is only catorbici one, though. But yeah, I'm more like, I really love pretty much everything I record.
Yeah, that's cool.
Even when it's like a fart.
Right. Well, I mean, kind of... I talked about it on a previous pod, but a script that I helped. Sonny is one of the Nomad crew guys, the production crew. Helped him write, and then Ryan and I acted in a little short.
Oh, it's the plug away. Oh.
It's in the editing process right now. First of all, Ryan nailed it with the dude. I was just like... It's a very serious kind of like
not our usual game.
Not our usual. There was not a single dick joke.
Not a single one?
Not one.
Not one.
No, it might be implied if you really read between the lines.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get to read.
When you really get into the artist intent,
It was a interesting challenge because it was like super dramatic, really emotional.
Yeah.
And it was a similar situation where I went back to something that I don't really feel the same way anymore. So going back there was kind of weird, but I was able to access old emotions because it was shit that I felt before.
Right.
So it was like kind of easy. It didn't feel so much like acting. It was kind of just like pretending to be myself from like a little while ago or like a few years ago or whatever you want to call it.
Every actor is listening to the pod like, damn it, he figured it out.
I'm talking like I know this shit. This is just like little things that I'm learning. You know?
Yeah.
It helped that you were working with OTR.
Oh yeah, no, dude, he was OTR all day. One take, Ryan, just nailing it, nailing it.
So like, I don't want to share too much of what we did, but we ended up running into battery troubles, and we had to do like a ton of my lines in like 30 seconds. So it was just like, okay, like we're not gonna have Jaren speak. We're just gonna go line, pause, line, and I just rattled them off.
He nailed it too.
Wow.
So, gave him like little prompts. But
yeah.
Pretty fucking solid.
Hopefully they stand up because Jaren's performance is also pretty good. Some of our better stuff all together, the two of us.
So
but feels good. Yeah. I'm pretty excited to see that one as well. Definitely, it's very very a large departure from our
for sure
usual material.
The gritty reboot.
Yeah, for sure. It's the actual gritty reboot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The actual gritty reboot.
Look at the lads getting their stuff in and playing with like. We're just playing.
Yeah.
Well, and the nice thing too is that like that's play for Sonny trying to make it cut his teeth as a director.
Right.
Getting like a little bit of guidance from Parr, who's directed TriHard so far.
Amongst other good projects.
Exactly. And like the nice thing is those guys all have a nice rapport with each other. It seems they've been making a lot of stuff together over the last couple years.
Yeah.
And yeah, seeing how they play together is great. And
I mean, it's cutting our teeth stuff for us as well, though, right? Like,
100%.
I mean, we're getting
100%.
better and better, right? We're wanting to do this kind of stuff, so it's good for us just to do things, right?
We've come a long way. I feel like I've come a long way from Nogglestep.
Nogglestep.
Dude, yeah.
I'm sure that we'll probably release that as a bonus eventually.
I hope we
saw
don't.
the 7.
It was alright. Oh my god, I watched.
Really?
You want to talk about watching something and cringing?
Yeah,
Really?
that is cringe. That's cringe.
I was so uncomfortable on camera, and like my lines, I can see myself sweating and like shaking through my lines and shit.
It's badly written. It's badly executed. I don't like it. I don't like it. But
The thing is,
it was
Pow
important,
the,
though. Important.
Pow was the star of that.
Yes,
It was
that's
pretty-
true. That's true. Power
right.
shines in that app for sure.
I got and that's hilarious because I was all I mean, can we spoil stuff about F-Zero? Should we not? I'll be cryptic.
Yeah, be a bit cryptic. I mean, like as much as I don't want to, we might release it.
Right. I had to do things that I thought, okay, down the line in my acting career, I'm going to do these things. The scene near the end where I'm talking about moments.
Right.
I thought, wow, well, to be in this setting, I thought it would be like long time down the road, not F1.
Right.
And then it
Like
turned,
we're gonna build to it, but it was
Yeah.
like, no, we went to
Yeah.
100.
because I was in a bit of a precarious position, and now I'm just like, bring the precarity.
Bring the precarity.
Right. Yeah.
Bring it.
All of us have gotten like way smoother, way more comfortable.
Well, I think the nice thing is that we, like, for me personally, I was just being Jer. I know that I play Jaren in tryhards, but I play like a completely exaggerated, like somewhat of a departure from myself.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Well, yeah, I mean that's all of us to a degree, right?
I for sure, but like just in terms of how I'm dressing in the show, like making sure there's a serious departure. I was like, F-Zero, I'm just wearing my fucking Lululemon shit, my fucking hoodie and my pants, a definite departure with the fucking fake earrings and shit like that. Eventually, fully leaning into like spiritual fuckboy Jer.
Take me back to the trailer when it's
And
just here's the three of us. Anyway, go ahead if you want to finish something.
No, it's I just like once we kind of leaned into the characters, we got better at writing too.
Yeah, and that's just even still improving now. Like
Definitely.
Like I can't remember all the scripts we have left over that are going to be season 2. I know the one that I wrote for season 2, it might be my favorite one I've written so far. Probably is.
Can we say the name Farm Fresh?
Farm Fresh.
Is that the one?
Yeah. I think Farm
Fresh?
Fresh is my favorite one I've written so far. That's a good one.
It was originally a season 1 finale potentially.
Yeah,
There's
that was the hope.
so much left
That was
in
the
the
hope.
chamber, bro.
Yeah.
So much left in the tank.
And then
Yeah.
hold on, there's at least we had one that was going to be the original pilot. Online concert.
Right. Yeah.
Is
That was such a
finished?
good idea for
It
the
was
pilot.
such a blur, dude. Like,
We could just say titles, I guess. We don't really need to go into more than what they're called. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then the other one I won't even say because it's possibly related to an episode that will release.
Oh
in the
yeah,
7
of course. Yeah,
episode
that
release.
one's coming down the pipe for sure.
So
we should say that Tryhards is releasing on February 14th, Valentine's Day.
F1 baby.
Yeah, that's true. I guess
Episode one.
we've been
Episode
hyping
1.
up so much stuff. We forgot to hype up the actual show release date.
Tryhards comes out Valentine's Day. As Ben Oscom put it in the comments, finally something to look forward to on V-Day.
Straight.
good.
T-Hards.
T-Hards, baby.
T-Hards.
Hey, you're feeling lonely? Can't have a date on COVID time? Just come spend your Valentine's Day with us,
Yeah.
And a great app.
Yeah.
Man, it's nice to laugh.
For Ep1 is posterized, right?
Yeah.
You said it, not
I think
me.
so. Yeah.
Posterized.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick, man.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
I mean, can we just give like a quick
No.
brief?
No, dude,
No.
no,
All right.
no.
We keep.
I'll tell you this.
We're getting too hype. We're getting too
Poster.
hype.
Yeah, we're getting too hype. I think the trailer did a really good job of like showing us off and keeping it really ambiguous.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't remember what every episode was from.
Right.
I don't even remember all the episodes, to be honest.
straight.
We got 7 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
7 episodes
7.0.
ranging from like 3 to 10 minutes. I don't think any of them are actually 10, but close to.
I think like 7 or 8 for the
Yeah.
longer ones, probably.
Yeah, something like that.
So
So
sick.
7 episodes of that, like between 3 and 7 minutes, we'll say. So like, it's pretty good. I'm happy with it.
Pretty solid.
Who knows, man? Season 2, we might even be able to push that a little bit. Who knows?
Maybe.
I feel like our scripts have
Honestly.
gotten a little longer as we've gone
Right.
on. Like one of the ones in this season was the first script I wrote, and it's really short. It's a really short ep. And I feel like there could have been more going on with it, but then that started to be less of the norm as we moved on. They started to get longer, so I don't know. I like that trend.
Well, it's a different style of, well, if you want to flesh out an idea, sometimes it works a little bit better for it to be a longer episode. You can just get a little bit more dialogue and a little bit more give and take.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't get an arc into like a 2-minute episode, right? It's basically just a couple. Yeah, it's like a couple jokes, right? Like that's all you really get in there.
It's like,
I mean, I would love to do a 22-minute try hard for sure.
That would be sick at some point. Yeah,
one day.
It would be spice because, as we explored when we did some pilot writing for a longer one, we don't necessarily need, but we used more characters than the three of us.
Yeah,
which is a good idea.
Which is a great idea for sure. Yeah. And most, pilots, most 22-minute shows, not that we just jump into their perfect molds. One of our appealing attributes is that we don't have to be in the mold because we're our own bosses,
It's true.
But I think for attention span's sake, it's a easier ask to do the sub 10 minute, to do the 2 to 10. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, but we'll bring the absolute thunder and lightning as well.
Sure.
I feel like that makes sense for sure. Like, get people to watch short things. But at the same time, I feel like if we even just right off the bat, we're like, hey, like full length sitcom episodes, like that's a pretty serious pull. And people are going to be pretty intrigued by that idea, right? They're like, wow, these guys wrote like a whole ass sitcom. I'll watch this. Right. But that being said, I don't think we're up to the task. I know Party wrote a pretty good pilot script at one point, but I think the three of us probably still need a bit of work before we're really keeping up to that level.
True.
Well, I mean, we'll get there.
If we did a lot of improv,
right,
and kept the themes going, went to a few settings, like did it almost like a play of sorts.
Yeah,
we could scrounge a 22-minute up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we could do it, right? But like
the quality might not hit as nicely.
Yeah. Well, the thing,
good written punchline.
Tell that to Wayne Brady and Ryan Stiles.
That's not our style.
Different format.
I feel like the only way that like improv makes it into our stuff would be in the same way of like It's Always Sunny or something like that, right? Like very similar genre. Where like you have the episode written, you have the plot written, but then a lot of the like detailed dialogue in the scenes, that's really up to like the chemistry in the moment kind of thing, right? Or like what you might think the character would say.
I agree wholeheartedly, but I also think we could do Whose Hard Is It Anyway as a promo.
Whose Hard? I'd be down to do something like that.
Whose Hard Is It Anyway? Improv.
I'd be down for something like that.
Improv. Rise like.
Improv's fucking tough, man.
Yeah.
You want to? We're getting back onto the cringe subject.
Oh my goodness!
Improv, it's not good, which is most improv is cringe.
True.
I mean, I've been kind of playing with the idea of stand-up comedy.
Oh, what about
That's fun. That's
like
fun.
Trying it potentially. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
And like I really, because I love writing. It seems like it'd be something fun to try, but I don't know if I have the
it's a different
ability.
Animal,
I don't know if I have the ability to eat shit on stage. Like every comedian story is like, yeah, you got to eat dicks on stage for a while. Yeah. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know if my self-esteem can handle that shit.
Yeah, I love that idea. Like, I'm a pretty good public speaker. I've never had trouble with that, getting up in front of a crowd, talking, whatever. Like, I've always been like pretty well accustomed to that. Just like, so I've always also had that in the back of my head, especially as we've been writing more comedy. It's just like, oh, could I give this a try at some point? But like, I don't know. I feel like I would struggle too hard to write the jokes and be happy enough with them to go and try them. Like I'd want to perfect them too much. Like, I mean, I'm literally making the same point I made earlier in the pod now, but I don't know. Who knows?
Dovetail.
Is that a dovetail or is it just
moving on? So for me, I do have a love of my own stand-up.
Sure.
But it's opportunal stand-up. It's when there's 6 or 7 people at the water cooler and I think, oh, I find something that these people have in common. I can tell a joke about this. And they're all down for me to tell another joke after, so I'll tell another joke after. And then I'll tell another joke after, and then I just naturally loop it back together, either by jelly or jam. But I can do like a 10-minute bit on a whim, but I don't know if I could walk into a room of strangers and do it. It's mostly because I know my audience. Right. And like, especially,
that's a big thing. Playing to the people around you is a big part of certainly my success when it comes to being funny, being able to play the room that I already know. Right. But it's a lot harder meeting somebody and being like, really funny right off the bat. Although, I mean, I think the three of us also do that as well pretty good, but that's different than a room full of people expecting like written jokes and, stuff.
You know me, I just whip out my phone and project our memes and get to rolling.
Anybody want to hear some image macros?
Does anyone else type slow?
Yo, if we're dropping a bit of a Reddit reference here, we got some spicy topical news here. I don't know if you guys have been following this a lot, but there's a subreddit, Wall Street Bets. And so the idea is basically like it's a meme. It started out as a meme subreddit, at least, where they would like, just make bets on if they could make money on these like meme stocks. Like they'd buy like bankrupted meme companies stocks and stuff like this and be like, oh, we're going to ride it all the way. But recently over the past, few weeks, they've banded together and they're like, okay, like we're going to do this. We're going to do the meme, but we're all going to do it and it's going to work. Like we're going to short the market. So they bought up like all sorts of GameStop stock, the video game store, GameStop. It's been like in decline for years, dirt cheap. They bought like tons and tons of that. They're buying BlackBerry, they're buying Nokia, like all these companies that are like dirt cheap stocks, but they've just bought so much volume. And most of it's like these dudes are spending their stimulus checks to buy these stocks to make a bunch of quick money to like, cause they need some money. But it's like, it's not like hedge fund dudes. It's like all these guys on Reddit just all banding together and doing it. And it's working. Like it's absolutely working. There's a dude, I was watching it earlier today, shit went down. But in particular, this one guy, he's like the ringleader, it seems like. He's at like he lost $15 million today on it, but like he was up at like $75 million earlier, and like he's down to like 50 something now, I think. And like
hold on, the ringleader of Wall Street Bets,
of this push of Wall Street Bets. This scheme they're doing. I don't even know if I want to call it a scheme. I guess it is though.
Right.
But it's working. It's been really effective to the point where I'm not sure if you're familiar with the day trading app Robinhood, where like that's for retail traders, where you can just like make your own account, put some money in there, buy whatever stocks you want, try and make a bit of cash kind of thing. It got to the point where those guys, they stopped letting people buy GameStop stocks, which is like market manipulation, like fully illegal shit. And they were just like, you can't buy it anymore in the interest of our users. By that, they mean the hedge fund managers who are getting screwed out of millions of dollars, who, I mean, fuck them. Just because it's like these guys banded together to game the market to make money, which is like literally the point of a stock market in these capitalist societies. That's how it works. It only usually works for the very, very wealthy, but now it's working for the common man, and people are sweating. So like they're launching class action lawsuits against like the app company and stuff, and like it's like it's some crazy shit going on right now.
If I understand correctly, if there's anyone out there that's seen The Big Short,
I mean this is essentially it.
Yeah, the dude in The Big Short said, okay, well, all of these mortgage-based securities, all these loans are not going to be paid off, and the economy's going to crumble, and Wells Fargo is going to die. I'm going to bet on Wells Fargo dying. I'm going to short the stock. So all these billionaires are like, hey, we're going to short GameStop. Yeah. And then all these dudes on Reddit were like, oh, you're going to make GameStop cheap? Well, we're going to buy GameStop. But then they're like, wait a minute, people are buying GameStop? Yeah. And then like real rich people are like, dude, people are buying GameStop. Like, we're buying GameStop. Like, it's only going to keep going up.
Yeah.
And some people are making like hundreds of thousands of dollars in weeks.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That are
Less than weeks, man. Like this is like regular dudes like dumping. Some dudes are like dumping their life savings into it and just making out like fucking bandits.
Yeah, and then
started as a meme. That's
absolutely
incredible.
And the Wall Street dudes are just like probably putting a gun up to Robin Hood, like, oh, you want to?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it.
You want to help? Just like in The Big Short when they say, dude, the stock. You have to pay me my bet. The stock is done. You guys are below the threshold you said. And they're like, listen, we're going to do everything we can to not pay. It's just human. It's just humanity. People think that freaking institutions have so much, paper walls in this. No, it's just a bunch of sad people that write rules that apply to you and don't apply to each other.
Right.
Done.
Yeah, it needs to be more accountability for sure. That's the only way around it. Right?
And
regulation and accountability.
That's a year 3000 reality. Right. That's not a year 2020 reality. That's not a year.
No, we are beholden to the uber wealthy, unfortunately. But these dudes are fighting back, man. And I say fucking good on them, dude.
I saw a story in
beat them at their own game
on Reuters. That said, like the
okay. So I like that you are having trouble pronouncing this because I'm pretty sure it's Reuters, but at the same time I don't know because I only ever read it.
Reuters. Anyway, I think
it's Reuters. Yeah.
On this stock, like hedge funds lost $70 billion.
Yeah.
Wow.
For a meme, baby. The memes got you the election, baby, but they cost you some dollars.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, baby. You want to get them memes, baby. You want to use them memes to get yourself some money. Well, guess what? We can use them memes too, baby. Now, I want you to reach your hand out onto the podcast screen, and I want you to say with me, one day I'm going to short that stock too, baby. One day I'm going to get that money. Even...
For anyone who's uninitiated, Life is Pro Wrestling, and that was a pretty solid American Dream Dusty Rhodes impression. Go check him out. One of the best promo guys of all time. And then Powis, you look really creepy right now for the audio listeners. He looks like...
You guys up on Titan?
I started watching it. No spoilers, no spoilers. I'm on
season... like a Titan, bro.
Season 1, Ep 16.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry to Spotify.
Yeah, dude. Titan is worth a big old recommendation. Anime has to be like of pretty high quality to keep me entertained. I usually get bored of the genre pretty easily. Titan is keeping it. Although there is a dip in the show, but like it's nothing to worry about, man. The show's fire.
The dip in the show is the tip getting edged.
Pretty much. That's actually.
Come on.
That's a fair way to say that. Yeah.
It's like.
It does. It makes the payoff feel pretty good. So I guess I can't complain.
So I've been watching it, and I've been starting to get ads in the episodes. And one of the ads was for season 4, Attack on Titan. And I'm like, don't.
Yeah.
And I'm like yelling. I'm like,
you watching on Crunchy?
Crunchy.
Because the Crunchy, if you aren't logged into Homies Crunchy, shout out. You can watch a bunch of episodes for free.
You're right.
Right.
But they plug the ads.
There's like 3 times per episode there's ads. And I'm like, this is like watching TV.
Dude, I think I logged in to watch the latest ep. It should be logged.
Word.
Yeah, just catch up.
Damn, son. If not, we'll just say the password right now. It's Kevin.
So on that same note, dude, in one of the seasons, I can't remember which one though, there's straight up a spoiler in the intro sequence. I was so mad. I was so mad, like because I was watching it. It was like the first episode of the season, and there was just like all this shit that like just hadn't been in the show before, just happening in the intro. Not like a scene here or there, but like a big reveal happens in the opening credits, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It really pissed me off. And then and then it turned out like I was like, okay, maybe this is like not really a thing, but it turned out it was a thing, and it was like a reveal later in the show. I was pissed.
That's why like I do like the one thing that they do with anime is different arcs of the show. They'll change the intro theme.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of gives like a new vibe to what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
But for those reasons, I've been forwarding the intros. Also because I'm at a point where I'm rewatching the first season, which is where I cut off last time.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Same.
And so I'm kind of trying to get through that point as quickly as possible because I'm like, I kind of already know where the payoffs are coming and stuff. But I also want to follow along so that I can pick up on things that get called back to in later seasons.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, especially because it's been so long.
Plant pay.
But it.
We're gonna have an Attack on Titan discussion episode once the show is over, and we're out of. We're
I'm
out of
hoping
spoiler
that I
trouble.
can catch up. Where are they at right now?
They're like season 4 it's episode 66 or 67.
66 this week.
Right.
Yeah.
66.
No,
and
67 maybe.
There will be a break between these seasons,
Sick.
so you can watch season 4.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
cool.
second half.
I'd like to catch up
We'll
before
get
it's
there.
done.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And hop on the Zeitgeist, then we'll have a hard spoiler AOT.
and then the finale is going to be worse disappointment than Game of Thrones.
Don't even fucking.
and then we're going to reference it in every episode
Don't
of
fucking
TriPod
dare.
from then
Don't,
on.
I don't
you,
think
don't
you
you put
can.
that. Don't you put that evil on us,
No,
Jaren.
All right, I take that back. George, I don't care about Game
know
of
what?
Thrones.
We're just
Just
about to
give us
get
Attack on
washed.
Titan,
You know what?
please.
No, Jaren's pure and utter disrespect has really soured me to the whole podcast game here. This up's over. This up's over, man. It's done. I don't want to talk anymore.
sorry, boys.
Go watch the Tryhards trailer.
Tryhards trailer, baby.
Keep watching us, keep downloading us. But this is the last episode because I'm so mad at Jaren. So that's that.
From now on, Unipod, featuring yours truly.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm stealing Pow's laptop
No.
and streaming from it from my bedroom.
Cool.
No.
And
Seems good. I'll
yeah.
I'll tune into that. Actually, that sounds good.
Oh, whoops.
We're gonna call this Volcel Talk with your boy Jer.
Oh, nice. Oh, you guys got it stacked over there. Hey, I've got them side by side. All right. Anyway, I'm calling it.
All right, I guess that's what it is.
Like, subscribe, comment on both this video and the trailer if you.
We're those guys now.
I know. Well, I mean, like that's how the game is played, right?
That's how it's
the game
played.
is
You got to
played.
do it.
So
F&A.
anyway, peace.
Shoulder.
Peace. Out. 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 Out.